also coming up. Rajiv, the same question for you from Candy Solar. You can say a bit about what Candy Solar does and what kind of demand are you seeing? You do rooftop as well as open access, and what kind of demand trend are you seeing over the years?
Right. So thank you for giving the platform. And just to introduce, Candy is a Zurich-based IPP, and we have been operating in India from 2017. Predominantly, the initial years were mostly into rooftop projects where we did the PPAs, and we have a special product called performance linked loan, kind of a deferred capex with the generation guarantee kind of product. So, but the last couple of years has been the 70% of the portfolio is coming through open access, and we are primarily only catering to the commercial and industrial segment across India. As what Kiran said, I completely agree with that. Like the open access installation in India, predominantly the solar open access has been, we are adding close to 3 to 3.5 gigawatt of solar open access year on year, and this year itself, as you showed, that it's already 1.8. So maybe by we are in the half year and end of the year, it would be close to 3.5 to 4 gigawatt of capacity which would be adding up. Having said that, there has been some push from the government also, because they have an ambitious target on the RE side by 2030. And keeping on that, I guess the central government has rolled out the green energy open access regulation, which actually enables any customer today to go for open access and not limiting it to 1 megawatt kind of size. 100 kilowatt or lower can also now technically go for open access. But then having the policy and the draft regulations on paper and doing these projects on ground has been a real challenge. Reason being the infrastructure issues of doing a captive open access for 100 kilowatt is practically not there in India. Reason being there are a lot of costs which are involved when you are actually shifting a customer from the discount to open access. Like he needs to put up the APT meters, CPT, which itself costs today around 12 to 15 lakhs for any industry, whether you are a 100 megawatt customer or it's a 100 kilowatt, cost remains same. So the payback period increases drastically. Secondly, today most of the developers work on the group capital model to negate the cross subsidy surcharge and additional surcharge. And for doing that, you need to create the SPV. And creating an SPV for 100 to 200 kilowatt customer doesn't make sense, because it involves a lot of compliance issues and all. Now, what most of the SERCs could have done is to waive off the CSS or maybe make it half for the small industries who want to actually move towards green energy open access, but we have not seen that happening in any of the states, unfortunately. But it's not so gloomy. At least there are chances that you can, in some of the states, you can aggregate the demand and create a kind of infrastructure like 10 megawatt or 15 megawatt kind of system, and can supply to these customers at an aggregated level. So people are working towards that, and what this policy has also enabled is it has opened up. So earlier this group capital open access was a game of the big players. We were like handful of 7-8 players who were doing things on a half gigawatt size of solar parks and all. But now even the small EPC or a small investor can start with a 5 megawatt or 10 megawatt kind of initial plant. So going forward, I think the demand is always there. It's going to be. MSMEs have the largest chunk of demand, close to 18 to 20 gigawatt as of today, which is untapped. If we can fix the credit thing and some tweak in the regulations which can give incentives for these MSMEs to go towards green and open access, I think the growth is going to increase.